And around.
He's going to the wall.
I think that was just
Here we go. Here we go. 8, 9, 10 cars. Mark Martin's involved.
Man, you hate to see this early in the race.
Right in the middle of the screen. Oh, no! We have a problem. And the crash that we had hoped would not happen. And look at the mess right here at the start-finish line. Too numerous to count. I mean, there's just nowhere to go. I saw the Bobby Labonte, our coordinator, trying to get his car going. He's trying to drive back down the pit road the wrong way. Is that legal way?
Well, I'm not sure, Barney. They might penalize him for that.
Ricky Rudd is involved, so is Dale Earnhardt Jr., Tony Stewart, Stacy Compton, Dick Trickle, Robbie Barrier, Robbie Gordon, yep. There's the seat. Tony Stewart trying to get his car back to pit road. Looks like he's got a little oil pile there. Career victory at Talladega in the Winston 500. The crash as the team across the start-finish line. And cars slipping and sliding everywhere across the racetrack as the checkered flag waved. The 22 was involved. Ward Burton was involved. The 9 car was sliding. The 44 of Steve.
Welcome back to Daytona.
It's the big one, gang. It's the big one. It's what we've all been fearing. This kind of racing is going to happen.
A horrible crash on the back straightaway that began when Tony Stewart got turned sideways against the backstretch wall number 20. Jason Leffler all torn up. The defending Cup champion Labonte. Stewart. There's fire underneath the hood of Bobby Labonte's car. He's out. He's okay. This is the view. You see Tony Stewart moving inside his car. Steve Park's car demolished. And Stewart's car flew and then had a car land on it.
The front of his car, the roll cage is down on him. I tell you, and that doesn't look good. They're running in with the safety crew. There's Robbie Gordon, and I'm not so sure that car there didn't have something to do with the start of it. It looked like a yellow car got against the outside wall to me.
Ward Burton, perhaps the fastest car here, torn up.
About 6 or 7. Trouble, big trouble. Down the front, cars going everywhere. Blaney and Michael Balkin, they're still wrecking the 5 car. And here comes the leader. Caution out, spotters backing everybody down. Kenny Wallace cannot get his lap back, despite Rusty jumping on the brakes. And the accident scene is pretty clear when they get there. Michael.
A lot of damage to the rear of that car. Everybody got their car going.
Yeah, but there's a bunch of cars that...
Trouble on the racetrack. Over the tunnel. Lots of cars everywhere. Big wreck.
Brett Bodine, Jason Leffler, Steve Park.
That's what happens over that tunnel.
Matt Kenseth, John Andretti, damage. Ward Burton's the car stopped in the middle of the racetrack.
Well, once a car gets sideways over that tunnel, it just blocks the whole racetrack. Can't see. You come into that turn kind of blinded anyway.
Well, lots of damage to the front end rear of Ward Burton's car. They'll have to get that front end fixed. He wouldn't even be able to keep up the speed out here on this fast racetrack.
It's hard to tell who all got serious damage. Certainly the 77 has a lot of damage on it.
Robert Presley.
22 cars, Burton.
Got Subway on that car. Potential.
Front runners, trouble off the corner. 31. Several cars involved. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Sterling Marlin, Mike Skinner, Jeff Gordon's in it. Bobby Hamilton. Kurt Busch is in the crash. Dale Jarrett takes to the pit road. Terry Labonte's involved. Caution's out.
I didn't see it, but it looked like some guys were trying to get in the pits, and it just stacked up.
See some damage to the right front of Kevin Harvick's car. Not a lot of damage, but damage. Oh, a lot of damage to that automobile.
Ran so well earlier in the night. There's Skinner up against the fence.
Mike's moving around. Looks like he's okay.
Jeff Gordon and Kevin Harvick took their cars straight to pit road. In his last 2 races here. Oh, trouble. Jeff Purvis spins. John Andretti's into it. Terry Labonte, Rusty Wallace, Harvick, Schrader.
Buckshot Jones, the 44 car, and Jeff Gordon drives by on the outside.
Flew up the racetrack. We're wrecked up pretty good.
Gordon was running by himself well back from the pack, probably just for that reason. Championship leader didn't want to take a chance on bending up his car in final practice. He was not in the big pack of cars. Kurt Busch is in it, and the red flag is out.
Wow.
Bobby Hamilton.
Cannot believe it.
Contact. Bobby Labonte's over. It's the big wreck on the final lap. They're racing back for the win. Dale Earnhardt Jr. and Tony Stewart are side by side. This is for the victory as Jeff Burton gets in the middle of it. At least 10 cars involved in the wreck on the backstretch. Burton and Stewart are side by side. That's all Earnhardt Jr. needs to see. Dale Earnhardt Jr. has won the $1 million bonus here at Talladega.
Easy around this corner because there's a big crash on the back straightaway.
On TNT, trouble, turn 2, Mike Skinner, and more. Spencer spinning, Buckshot Jones is in it.
These are the guys, too, that needed to race their way in.
Skinner drives away. Buckshot 44th on time, 41st on points.
And there's Jimmy Spencer's car with a lot of heavy damage to it.
46th.
How bad is it, Jimmy? And the left side's torn off.
Back at Daytona, a massive accident down in turn 1 has claimed at least 15 cars. It started up toward the front of the field. You see the carnage scattered in the corner. Matt Kenseth, Johnny Benson. Ricky Rudd was in it. Oh, look at that. Kenny Wallace, John Andretti, Casey Atwood. Is that Jeff Gordon? Can't see.
I don't think so. I think Jeff Gordon. I think that Kevin Harvick spun. I think that Jeff Gordon was able to get underneath him. I don't know that for sure. Kenny Wallace' car is on fire, but he's quickly out of the car.
Todd Bodine's car there, just barely visible on the left of the screen.
His window nets are dropped
Yeah,
down.
Gordon made it through. What a scene.
Casey Atwood carrying it out.
In the back straightaway coming off turn number 2. A ferocious crash in the back straightaway off turn number 2. Tony Stewart, the leader around. Mark Martin's in it. Ward Burton's in it. One car got completely sideways and the track was blocked. Look at the damage to Schrader's car. He is climbing out. His teammate Johnny Benson is involved. Kurt Busch, you see his damaged car. And the leader, Stewart, caught up in it.
Mark Martin, and 24 cars got damage on the right side. I don't know how bad it is. I don't think it's real bad, but he scraped along the side of Tony Stewart.
Dave Blaney and Ward Burton are the other cars involved. Jeff Gordon, I believe he got a little right side damage as he drove through there.
He got into the back side of Stewart's, but it didn't look that bad.
But he did get through.
I don't think he hurt his cars cosmetically. That's about it. I think he can fix it. I think Tony must be hurt, and I feel so sorry for Kenny Schrader. I hope Tony's all right.
Cortland's back.
Whoa, man.
Trouble. Stewart in the wall.
Here we go. Here we go.
Robbie Gordon's in the 33. Harvick is around.
Here we go, guys.
The big one.
It's just a matter of time.
At least 20 cars.
At least.
The way this started, Kyle Petty got ran up high going into turn 1, and as he tried to find a place in line, the whole field kind of accordioned together. Mayhem.
Dale Earnhardt Jr., Dale Jarrett racing back to the start-finish line. Obviously, the caution is out. Kyle Petty in the 45, he actually made it through the wreck. There's Bobby Labonte.
Rusty Wallace was the last car to get through, and Bobby Labonte just got to 19 right at the very end of that wreck.
Mark Martin in the back.
When asked what happened, he said, well, he said, big crash in the racetrack.
Huge on the back.
Rusty Wallace.
Point leader. Point leader.
Nobody get laughed back. All this started because the 11 car got and Jimmy Spencer got together. They cleared it, and then all this happened behind him. I was looking dead at it. Right here, Jimmy Spencer in the 41, Brett Bodine in 11.
Jeff Gordon in 32nd place. One lap.
Whoa, there you go. There you go. This is it, guys.
Jarrett, Nemechek, Jeff Burton, Mike Skinner.
It's
one
over.
car hard up into the wall, joined by another.
And they just keep wrecking.
And the hits keep on coming.
And the big hit was Joe Nemechek. Brett Bodine on fire. Leaders will have to race back to the caution flag. Here comes, I think this is Sadler again. It is Elliott Sadler.
Yeah, but here comes Gordon right back here behind him.
Yeah, they're off turn 24 car right there. He's trying to get his lap back as well. Elliott Sadler.
The outside groove is trouble. Here we go. 3, 4 cars. Bobby Labonte's around. Elliott Sadler sliding across the infield. Jeff Green is in it. Casey Atwood is in it.
Stuart Kirby, the white car that you see parked there, is Stuart Kirby, his first race in the 49 car.
Raines is in the red, white, and blue car, the 74.
So obviously the wreck is going to happen right in front of them.
Oh, he just turns.
Still has it. Here goes Jimmy Spencer.
Oh, big trouble on the front stretch. 5, 6 cars involved. Kevin Harvick's in it. Ward Burton, Ricky Craven, Robbie Gordon. It's Bobby Hamilton sliding across the grass. And still others. Oh, one car on fire down in turn 1. It was Craven's car. The fire's extinguished itself.
Here comes Ryan Newman, the 12 car, getting in the lap back. Here comes the 21, 77, all these cars. Jimmy Spencer getting in the lap back. Now slow down, guys. A lot of debris, a lot of wrecked race cars. There you go.
Ward Burton's car all torn up. 22 in front of
the 42.
Guys, turn 2,
big. We have trouble on the racetrack.
Rusty Wallace, Jeff Gordon in the 24 car.
Bunch of cars, more cars.
Mike Skinner.
They can't. Nobody can see. There's so much smoke. They can't see where to go.
Now Ryan Newman in the 12, he will get this lap back, so he'll be back on the lead lap with a lot of the lead lap cars over there cracked.
Oh, they're all wadded up over there. There's cars everywhere.
Mostly Mike Skinner, Rusty Wallace, and Jeff Gordon. Larry Foyt is also involved. Turn 1, hard, a car in the wall, and spinning down to the bottom. There's going to be 10 or more cars involved. Johnny Benson. Lap 4. Here they come to the flag, and everybody pretty much out of the throttle. Mayhem in turn 1.
Dale Earnhardt Jr. in the 8 car. Want to check. He may have been involved in that. There he is right there.
I think he made it. He was so far in the back, Larry. I think he made it through okay.
A little bit of damage to his left front. There you see Ryan Newman in the 12 car.
Casey Mears, the nose of his Dodge torn up as well. And Hermie Sadler has crashed out of this race.
No dreams today for Hermie.
This was his very first restrictor plate race start, Hermie.
Jeff Burton on the right, Casey Mears on the left. Darrell, there was contact and one car shot up. Hard hit to the outside wall. Flame around. Dale Jarrett in the wall, and whoa, Benson just missed him.
No, he didn't.
Looks like Jeremy Mayfield
they
got
wadded up about 8 of them over there, 8 or 9 of them.
Missed Jarrett, but caught the wall. Nemechek's in it.
But I'm going to tell you what, Kurt Busch, he's going to race him back. He backs off finally over there in turn 4, but will Jeff Burton get his lap back? I don't think so. Rusty Wallace is not backing off, though. In fact, Rusty's going to be 3rd coming across the line.
Now, if you want to know about the gentleman's agreement, there would have been a good example of when the gentleman's agreement would have been in effect.
Dale Jarrett has climbed
to go.
Oh, gosh, here we go. More trouble, guys. Tony Stewart's up in that.
Elliott Stewart.
Took them all.
Terry Labonte.
Took them all out.
Dale Jarrett.
Junior's in it. Tony Stewart got in it.
And Mark Martin.
Now, they're coming for the caution, and this will be lap 70. This should be the end of this segment. Because cautions do count. This is a segment. Kurt Busch in the 97. He will win this segment $50,000.
You know what? We may not have 14 cars to start the last segment.
What did I tell you when we started? A little optimistic to think that we're going to have 14 cars.
We only had 12 cars cross the start-finish line. There you see Dale Earnhardt Jr. with all kinds of... Rusty win the battle.
Whoa, goes Casey Mears, turn 4.
Casey got up out of the groove, got in that gray area up there, and into the wall he goes, and here's a big crash behind him.
Mike Skinner in the 4, Tony Raines in the 74. Looks like Jeff Green in the 1, caution is out, and Ward Burton in the 22 car.
Mike Skinner's car is really torn up. So is the 74. 22's driving off. Looks like he may not have but minor damage. The one's got a lot of rear damage.
Is this the big wreck? Sure is. Robbie Gordon, Steve Park.
See Ricky Craven.
Is that Kurt Busch? Kurt Busch sitting sideways across the track through the smoke. I'll tell you what, could have been a lot more cars involved. And the field comes back to the caution flag. The race slowed for a second time.
Now it was right there around 6th, 7th spot. Elliott was in 4th.
Tough break for Steve Park. He really needed a good run tonight.
They have. Yeah, that was.
Car was real. Turn 3, Bobby Labonte hard into the wall. Bottom of the racetrack to the top.
You got the yellow.
And Bobby Labonte has the wind in that down. He's trying to get out of that car.
It's so hard getting out with all that equipment on. See Kyle Petty stopping to see if Bobby needs assistance.
And he doesn't. He's out of there. Man, oh man.
We've been seeing a lot of fire lately, haven't we?
That car just spun like a top. It's like there was oil or water or something up in turn 3. Couldn't believe how quickly that car went around.
There is one other car involved in the crash, Mike Wallace.
Took the air off with Murray's car. He got sideways.
Oh, Terry Labonte is around. 3, 4 cars in it. Ricky Rudd, Mike Skinner, Jimmy Johnson, and Sterling Marlin. Caution flag is out.
Is that Skinner? Skinner's in there too.
And all of those cars that were in front of the leader just got 2.5 miles of free pass.
Sterling Marlin involved.
Like I said, it's a 20-lap feature at Flemington.
Oh, man.
Joe Nemechek with damage. His car on the left, now on the right. And that's Mike Skinner in the Army car coming at you.
Oh, trouble, turn 3. 4 cars, 5 cars involved.
And Dale Jarrett.
Michael Waltrip. Dale Jarrett just got a piece of Waltrip. Got Christian Fittipaldi and Rusty Wallace. All in the wreck. That's 2 weeks in a row. Look at that.
My goodness.
I think a lot of that was from the 88 hit him. Yeah. The second impact there.
So that engine change. Dale Jarrett qualified 19th. Rusty Wallace.
And now Kurt Busch. Oh, trouble. Jeff Gordon, Johnny Benson, Ken Schrader, and Casey Mears. Dave Blaney's in it also. That's turn 3 and 4.
Well, Jeff Gordon's bad luck continues. Kenny Schrader had a good run going in the lead lap.
Oh, Jimmy Johnson, the leader. Bouncing off Michael Waltrip's car as he slows for the caution. Did he get the grill on? NASCAR. Elliott's back in 42nd place. Crash on the backstretch. All jammed up. Steve Park is in it. Kyle Petty is in it.
Bill Elliott just got booted.
Johnny Sauter's also pretty heavy damage to the front of the Kodak car.
And I think he's got the radiator on that one.
Back out here, back down.
Not really. I mean, there was contact after Dave Blaney got a little bit sideways.
Got to add Dale Jarrett's number to that accident list.
He snuck in there. He snuck out of there.
I don't think Elliott hit anything.
Trouble in turn 4. We didn't even get there. Johnny Benson, Larry Foy, Jimmy Spencer, David Green, and a couple of others.
Mayfield is involved.
Yep.
Let's see what happens here. Somebody.
Him here. He's trouble. Contact on the backstretch. It's Mike Waltrip and now Brian Vickers. Robbie Gordon, 31. The top. Oh, Waltrip's over. 1, 2, 3 times for Michael Waltrip.
Well, there's the big one right there.
There's a lot of good cars right there. Is that Sterling Marlin in there?
40 cars in it. That's Michael Waltrip's car, upside down.
Terry Smith.
See movement there at the left side of the car as we look at it. Caution flag is out. The field has slowed. And the safety and rescue workers already there attending to Michael Waltrip's car and the others involved in this big crash down the back straightaway.
And this is why NASCAR slow these cars down on the caution flag, to let the rescue workers get there to attend to these drivers as quickly as possible.
They've got there so much faster right now than they used to.
Oh, man, it's unbelievable.
And Wally, you know from your...
That's it. That took out about 15 of them.
Trouble in turn 3, a huge multi-car crash, and they are still piling in. There's Kenny Wallace down on the apron. Derek Cope, Jeremy Mayfield, Rusty Wallace among those involved. Rusty getting a push from Terry Labonte.
Man, look at Kurt's car.
Trying to get out of the grass there. Kurt Busch's car is well wrecked, and we are under caution. There is Scott Riggs. The rookie had a great qualifying effort. He started 5th today, and on lap 84. Oh, Casey Kane.
I mean, guys, I see a lot of our guys top 10 in points, like Kurt Busch came in here 2nd in points.
And the word is that thus far, everybody is okay.
Boogity, boogity, boys! Let's go racing!
Here, didn't get up to speed, gets turned around, and we've got all kinds of cars spinning. Gary Earnhardt.
Oh, they're all torn all to pieces.
It's about 10 cars or a dozen cars.
Now, as they came to the green, as they came to the line, something happened with the target number 41 of Casey Mears, and he got totally jacked up by the car that started 4th, Jeremy Mayfield, lifting the rear wheels of Mears' car off the ground. And behind that, everybody ran for cover and could find none.
Guys, I don't know. I'm trying to count cars. 25 cars started this race. I'm seeing about 13 or 14 that has pulled. He'd say I'm in.
Oh, no. Trouble, man. Big trouble
At
down
least
there.
3 cars and more.
Lots of trouble
Jeff
up there.
Gordon's involved.
Just look out,
Kevin Harvick.
I couldn't tell what happened, but somebody got into the back of the 16 car and turned him.
I believe
Robbie
it was
Gordon, big
Busch, the
damage.
97 car.
And the first contact may have been between the Roush teammates, Busch and Biffle. Jeff Gordon torn up.
Bring it back to the garage, Jeff. Find me to the pit. Bring it to the pit.
Sterling Marlin, who transferred from the Open.
Jeremy Mayfield.
Oh, trouble in Blaney. Michael Waltrip and Blaney got together. There goes Blaney into the wall.
There goes everybody.
Yeah, Ryan Newman's in it. Greg Biffle.
48 car.
Half the field, it looks like.
And the 9th caution of the day will be huge.
40, 41, 31, 0.
When the leader restarts in the middle of the pack, this is frequently the result.
Yeah, it's kind of, I'd almost bet you that something like this might have happened.
And Tony Stewart, a lot of those cars, Michael Waltrip, Dale Earnhardt Jr., Matt Kenseth, they will be back on the lead lap. Look like every car.
Oh, no! Just as we come back to Chicagoland, that's the race leader, Casey Kane. He took fuel only on the restart, and he's got company in the big pile.
Junior, the 8 car has crashed.
Dave Blaney, John Andretti was involved. 4 tires, no tires, 2 tires.
And Jeff Burton, the 99 car.
You think somebody spun their tires on a restart?
No, because Tony Stewart jumped up on the outside of Sterling Marlin and passed him on the restart, which was legal, but he might have made contact with the 9 car.
Scott Riggs with damage. He was having a good run. Casey Kane took fuel only on his pit stop, got out front with the lead. His teammate Jeremy Mayfield and Sterling Marlin only took right side tires. Tony Stewart was to the drivers of the 41 that they needed to settle down, and here we go. Dale Jr.'s in it. Jimmy Johnson.
And Mark Martin's in it.
Mark Martin has spun. I don't think he got hit.
And he continues on. I don't know how much damage he has.
Yeah, I just don't.
And welcome into the 400-point number with Jimmy Johnson, because look at the damage on the nose of the 48.
Oh, my goodness gracious.
If Jeff Gordon has troubles later tonight, that could bring that 400-point number into play as far as drivers that get into the chase for the championship.
Boys, I can't go anywhere.
It won't roll. Exactly right, Jimmy. So he may come out there sometime tonight, but he's going to be many, many laps down. Look at the damage.
Going into the infield. Let's go upstairs. Mike Joy, Larry McReynolds, and Darrell Walton.
Coming off turn 2. Jimmy Johnson leading the race. There's Kevin Harvick, who is tucked up tight behind Jimmy Johnson. The two made contact. Johnson went around. Mark Martin went to the outside wall. There is Rusty Wallace, crashed to the infield, as is Joe Nemechek. Things got too close in turn 2.
Yeah, there's this bump drafting thing that's going around, and it's gotten out of hand. You know, bump drafting down here, you do down.
Harvick slides up in front of traffic.
Cars upside down, cars everywhere.
And turn 4 is calamity corner once again. The field is frozen. Jeff Gordon came across with Stewart and Johnson side by side, but there are half a dozen cars littered between turn 3 and the start finish line.
He's all right.
Last year's third place finisher Scott Wimmer, the 29 of Kevin Harvick, the 42 of Jamie McMurray.
One of these cars was just standing up on its nose, spinning around like a water spout.
Greg Biffle. Jeff Burton had lost an engine prior to this. He coasts onto pit road. And here's Harvick's car, the backup car, damaged, looking a lot like Thursday's car.
But guys, we could see this coming and smell this coming.
Back straight away, car around. That was Bobby Labonte's second week in a row.
A lot of cars around.
Jeff
That's a
Gordon,
huge
the 24,
wreck.
Matt Kenseth in the 17. Remember, this
They're
is what
still
happened to Bobby Labonte early in the race at Las Vegas.
They're still wrecking back there.
Kurt Busch, our points leader in the 97 car.
And just like yesterday, we don't get through the first lap here.
That started off at turn 2, and I tell you what happened. Bobby Jr. got up on the outside there, and I can't remember. I can't tell you who had the lift, but that's what bottlenecked these guys up.
It's Kyle Petty in the 45 car, came into Atlanta, 16th in points, and look at Jeff Gordon.
At a track where aerodynamics is so important. Oh, and a really tough break for Shane Meal, who had a superb qualifying run, and it has gone for naught. Steve?
Right before the green flag, Mike Joy, Bobby Hamilton Jr. was concerned that he had a flat left rear tire. A flat left rear tire that may have been the culprit here.
He does, Steve. We can see it on the monitor. And he was up on the outside over there, and he and someone. Schrader round on the back.
Bobby Labonte.
Gordon got a little bit of it. Got a
Blaney McMurray.
Martin. 41 car. 97 got some damage. 40 car.
A lot of our lead lap cars.
Ricky Rudd's car is destroyed.
The 19 or the 18 cars got quite a bit of damage.
Mark Martin, the 6 car, came in here 5th in points. He's involved.
There's Bobby Hamilton Jr. Somebody turned Schrader dead sideways in front of the oncoming field.
Yeah, they were going Alpha 2 there, and Schrader was down the inside. It looked like Schrader moved a little, and the car on the outside moved a little. They got together, and around he went.
See Jamie McMurray in the 42 car.
Oh,
Dave
man.
Blaney worked his way back in the top 10 after
we were just
sitting on the
talking about
outside
him.
pole.
Yeah, just talking about him.
All kinds of troubles for Mark Martin, the 6 car.
7 cars involved in all with heavy damage.
The last time we had everybody.
Whoa, I've got trouble right there.
Now
Mike Wallace is around right there, along with Matt Kenseth also.
And this will take some people out of the race, no doubt, Mike.
And Jeff, that was right at the same point in the pack. Scott Riggs got turned up to the high side, and look how many cars pile in.
I'm seeing 11 cars here on the backstretch. This is 11 cars. I don't think that we're involved.
The accident happened at the exact same point on the racetrack where Riggs got up into Dale Jr. 1 lap ago, the one you saw in replay. Joe Nemechek's car won't run.
You all right? Scott.
All right, there's Ryan Newman.
Car he got loose, had to get out of the throttle.
I thought that was. Oh,
there you go again.
Truex and Jr.
48, 8.
Johnson hard into the wall, and caution is out. Now that's before the leader gets the white flag, so this race is not over.
Took out about half of our lead pack cars. See Kevin Harvick, our pole sitter, the 29 car, all types of damage.
Man, the way they were just, I tell you, the way they were racing, holy smoly.
Jimmy Johnson, our points leader, Dale Earnhardt Jr.
The first two cars I saw turn sideways were teammates, Truex and Earnhardt. We'll have to look at replays to see the cause.
I don't know, I had my eyes closed.
There you go.
Now, unlike last year, when the race ended under caution, this race is not over.
Several of them.
Kevin Harvick, this is the big one, boys. We have it here every year. Looks like about 10 cars involved.
Casey Kane, Tony Stewart, Carl Edwards,
Michael.
Dale Earnhardt Jr. went through the grass and might have missed it. Kevin Harvick hit the
We just
wall.
got a little right front, guys.
Dale Jarrett trailed the wreck, as did Matt Kenseth. Nemechek's in it, Michael Waltrip, Martin Truex, and Terry Labonte.
And the best I can tell, Mike and Darrell, every one of those cars right there, they were in the back of the pack. They were all cars that came to pit road.
Kevin Harvick's car is demolished.
And Harvick climbs out. Terry Labonte, window net down, flames out the tailpipe.
Well, now he's about to be caught. Oh, trouble! Brian Vickers got in the back of one car, turned it sideways. Jeff Gordon's in it. Bill Elliott.
Martin, the 6.
Bill Elliott was the car that Vickers got into.
Kevin Harvick in the 29.
And the rest of the field. Mark Martin and Kevin Harvick torn up. And we have just broken the all-time record for caution flags on a NASCAR race, as Bill Elliott ends up in the fence, and I believe the first contact was Brian Vickers and Bill Elliott. A bunch of drivers on fresh tires.
He was saying, trouble!
Mark Martin in the wall! Several cars involved. Bush is in it.
Earnhardt Jr. gets banged up.
I'm not sure somebody was trying to slow down and get pit lane.
Casey Mears.
Bottom of the body.
Schrader's in the grass. Several cars down pit road.
I think somebody was trying to come to the pits, BP, and he did not tell the guys behind him he was coming, and it jammed it up.
I think that Jeff Gordon was trying to come to the pits. I think he tried to tell him out the window down the backstretch. Oh, man.
And what did Mark say? No mistakes. They didn't make one, but they got caught up in one.
He is so frustrated. He is so frustrated.
Dave Burns, what do you got?
Bill, Jeff Gordon's guys were up on the pit wall. He was going to...
All right, man, I'm off low tire here.
Oh, trouble!
Here we go.
Harvick is around. In the grass. Caution is out.
That's Carl Edwards up against the outside wall.
Yep. They almost make contact again.
Sadler down through the grass.
Oh, more cars spinning down in turn 1.
That Wimmer.
There's Wimmer. Number of guys went down pit road.
Well, the 29 car is going to be in the crash. This guy is going to be in the... All right, roll it.
Big crash. Carl Edwards is in it.
Yes, he is.
We got some damage, guys. Come on. I think it won't be too bad. Keep digging, Carl.
Dale Jarrett is in it.
It's okay to me.
Yeah, it looks like he's got a little bit of body damage, but boy, he dodged one there.
Cosmetic damage with the crash.
Trouble in turn 1.
Oh, car on its roof.
Michael Waltrip. Mark Martin is in it. One of the championship contenders.
Elliott Sadler, the Polson of the 38 car.
Damage.
That's Mark Martin's car right there. I couldn't really tell.
No steering at all.
No steering at all, Mark said, but obviously he is okay.
Sometimes he's just along for the ride. And that's what these guys in the chase especially were
concerned about.
They were worried about is this right here.
Dale Earnhardt Jr. got part of it.
Hey, flat tires. I got a lot of damage. I hit pretty hard.
Here, but we expect to see a new rule before we race against
trouble!
Multi-car wreck in the front of the field.
Oh, and Scott Riggs on his roof. Briggs. Man, there's been a lot of cars getting on their roof lately.
And I think I said earlier on that the fans loved it and the TV audience, but 43 drivers were not
don't like it.
too happy.
The window net did come down on Scott Rick's car, which is a great sign.
That indicates the driver is okay. Jeff Burton in the 31 car.
See Riggs. 48 has more damage. Scott waving to the crowd. Attaboy, Scotty. From Bahama, North Carolina.
He's okay, Russell. He's okay.
Climbing out. The drivers don't like the racing, but they sure do like the safety issues that have been mandated for these cars.
Yeah, the cars have come.
Next to Carl Edwards.
God, we got them wrecking everywhere, guys.
Turn 4. Oh, and Michael Waltrip drives in long after it's over. Hard to see in these steep banks.
Well, you just, when you're up there, you get that trash on your tires, you can't stop.
David Stremme, Brian.
Holy cow.
Elliott Sadler involved, Michael Waltrip, Kyle Petty, Joe Nemechek.
I believe that.
And the track is blocked. There is nowhere to go.
Just got in the back of Michael. That was all Lee. That was all Kyle Petty right there.
Oh, Sadler's car is junk, and the red flag has come out here in Phoenix as the track is completely blocked. Nemechek is involved. Reed Sorensen is involved. Michael Waltrip's car is heavily crashed, and all drivers have been ordered to stop right where they are. On the 9th lap of the Aaron's 499, a crash in turn 3. Working up the high side, Kenny Schrader involved, Kyle Busch, Martin Truex. This is Ryan Newman, and more.
I got 4 wide. There's a Casey Kane, and he's having a great start to his year, but not today. And there's the 21 car of Kevin Harvick.
Harvick had raced his way up to 25th, fallen back.
Time of the flag, Jimmy.
Trouble, guys. Man.
Kane and Martin.
And here they are, all cut. This is the big one we have in the All-Star race.
Tony Stewart had it missed, and Jeremy Mayfield came across track into it.
He didn't get, kept quite a bit of damage, but here's the guys that made it through right here.
The 48 car, Jimmy Johnson being one of them.
Does he live a charmed life? He had just made the pass to the inside when Kane and Mark Martin up front got together and into the outside wall.
His teammate didn't come out too badly either. Jeff Gordon, Mark Martin's car is destroyed. Tony's got quite a bit of damage.
Left front, especially.
Left front.
See footwork. And a big pile up here. Joe Nemechek involved again. Dale Jarrett, J.J. Yaley, Reed Sorensen, and Bobby Labonte were back under caution.
It's inevitable. This always happens with about 10 laps to go. Felipe Lopez breathing again.
Felipe, light one up, buddy. You all right?
Mark Martin in that 6 car. Oh,
there we go. Casey Mears, McMurray, and from
Jeff
the
Burton.
huge pack.
No, that's Jeff Gordon.
Jeff Gordon is in it. Martin Truex Jr. in the 1. Gordon just got hit again.
Oh, man.
You got real hard, buddy. I didn't see it at all. Yeah.
I guess Junior's back there in the middle of that too, wasn't he?
Yes. Denny Hamlin, the 11 car.
Yep.
See Clint Boyer, 07, trying to drive away. Well, we keep talking about the big one. This was it.
Looks like he's getting a run off turn 4. It's going to be a drag race all the way back to the start-finish line. No caution. They're side by side, right to the line. Dog crash. Here they come. Checker flag. Kevin Harvick wins the Daytona 500. We got one car on his roof coming across the start-finish line.
Still wrecking. They're wrecking everywhere. Boyer's on fire. Jeff Gordon's wrecked.
And they are still wrecking.
Montoya, Stremme, Kenseth, Biffle, Marlin, Carl Edwards, Casey Mears, all crashed on the final lap. Have you ever?
Well, a couple of times.
I'm going to repeat what I heard a few years ago. No, I have never.
I got so excited I broke the damn mirror in half.
Jeff Gordon's day ends about like his teammates.
Clint Boyer came across the start-finish line on his. He'll get those 5
Trouble already off turn 4.
J.J. Yaley.
David Reagan.
More cars to follow.
Chain reaction. Ricky Rudd, Casey Mears.
Oh, Rudd up on top of Reagan's car. What was that about?
Last time I remember a start by points here.
Iceberg, dead ahead.
Come on around.
I'll show you what happened coming off turn number 4. Watch the 18 and the 6 side by side.
And that 22 car just drove it down into 3, and he's going to lose all kind of positions. In fact, Ward Burton
Ricky
got
Rudd.
sideways. Tony Stewart gets damaged. Caution is out.
Ward Burton in the 4 was trying to stay the first car 1 lap down, and he got hard into Ricky Rudd.
Yeah, he just gassed it up at not at a good time.
And it all started getting into turn 3 when Blaney got in there, washed up the racetrack with the front tires just sliding and smoking.
These cars just don't like to be close to each other.
And Martin Truex had a great run going.
He stalled
Top
out.
10, and he stopped.
Ricky Rudd's got serious damage with fluids running out.
Yep. A couple of Virginia gentlemen pile it up here in turn 3. Watch the 4 of Ward Burton. It all happened surrounding him as he trailed.
And made the pass.
And Darrell, I think Montoya, he got, and he's going to get in the back. Big wreck over there.
Gosh, Juan Pablo Montoya, he was just going down through there and really no place to go. I'm not really sure what he was thinking.
He just ended up, he got hit again back there. They're still
the 21 car of John Wood just tangled with him.
Wood, Nemechek, Gilliland, all torn up.
Juan Pablo's car is up against the wall back there, torn all to pieces. There's the 84 car.
A.J.
Allmendinger, he's in trouble. Menard's in trouble. Holy smoly.
Well, this didn't take long.
No, I was really not surprised, I might say.
Joe Nemechek, there's Montoya's car. Darrell talked about him laying up against the backstretch wall.
Watch the 42 starting 3rd row inside. First he makes the move on the 22 of Blaney.
Forces his
trouble, turn 1. Stewart sideways and a melee.
The problem was the 48 just lost a left rear tire, I believe it is. The tires started rolling off and all these guys checked up and they got run over from behind.
I mean, we have a bunch of tore up race cars down there. There's the Elliott Sadler, the 19 car.
There's a melee.
Johnson was slow in the backstretch and held up a bunch of cars coming off turn number 4, but there's David Gilliland and Jamie Mack. They all piled up in 1. Watch the 48.
Here he is right here. He's the guy that's, he's got them all backed up here. The tire comes off and now they just start trying to dodge that. Gets all bottled up. Stewart's in there and he gets hit from behind by the cat car.
Crashing, or it was just way loose? I was tight. The car wouldn't turn the whole time. That's why I was going backwards. And then it went way loose into that corner. And I think it's because he sucked up on my right rear, but that's just what I was told by my team or whatever. So I don't know. I'm not sure what happened. I was looking forward. Next thing I knew, I was in the wall.
All right, big trouble on the racetrack, guys. Big crash here. Jimmy Johnson involved. The 48 car spins around. And the last year's winner involved.
Left rear flat. I don't think I have too much damage.
He's got a little more damage than he knows. That left front fender's tore up pretty bad. And here's Ricky Rudd with the right front fender blown off of his car.
Whoa, contact back there to 00. Jeff Gordon is involved as well. Rudeman. Kevin Harvick somehow gets through. David Gilliland is involved. The 88 of Ricky Rudd.
It's like Jeff Gordon just got in the side of Jeremy Mayfield. Shot up the track.
Well, trying to reel in Edwards. Whoa! Off the wall, the 2-car burst. Bush, and his teammate comes across.
Oh, man, that was 2 for 1. Both Penske cars taken out in that one. A melee.
Jimmy Johnson also gets tagged, the reigning series champion. Jeff Green, the 66 cars in it. J.J. Yaley.
Something broke on the car, man. It shot straight into the fence.
That's Dover's version of the big one right there.
Oh, look at Martin Truex. He had a great shot to have a good top 5 today. Comes to an end.
Jimmy Johnson's got some damage.
Jimmy Johnson, but the car tomorrow is so tough, Andy, it looks like they can fix the 48 car and get it back out there, but these two cars, another story.
Heavy damage on Kurt Busch. You saw his car just get sideways and go right up into the wall coming out of turn 4. Here's the 9 car of Casey Kane coming down pit road.
There's just nowhere to go at this racetrack when there's trouble in front of you.
Bobby Labonte, former winner here. Red flag being displayed. They will stop the cars that are being shown on the tail end of the lead lap. Oh, contact. Schrader is sideways. Gilliland is in it. The 1 car of Truex. The 17 car of Kenza. Mark Martin getting his car woed down.
These guys were 3 wide off the corners on a real green racetrack. Probably pretty slick. And look at this. We've took out 1, 2 of the chase contenders already. Martin Truex hoping for a caution so he can get back in the lead lap. Looks like he was the caution.
Man, I see you. Come on around. I know you junk. I see it.
It's a terrible break for some of these guys, but it's a good break for Kurt Busch and some of these.
It didn't make any sense to me, but I liked it when we were battling and racing, and that's why when we got in the back, we kept trying to go to the bottom to get to the front.
Oh, trouble on the racetrack, trouble way up high, and we now have the big one here with 44 laps to go, the 5 car involved. McMurray is there, Rudiman is involved.
7 car got it.
A lot of tore-up race cars here.
Chase contender Kyle Busch, he's in it. Major damage on the number 5 Chevrolet of his car. He's good at these races. Oh, spin off at turn 4.
Trouble the 20 car, 38 involved. Harvick gets through.
Off turn 2 a spin was.
See the 25 car of Casey Mears involved.
A little miss right there. I don't know if it was all the turbulent air going on there or what.
Jeff Gordon able to get through that. Jimmy Johnson was not around that mess, and that could have been disastrous when it comes to the point standings. There's a 38 of Gilliland.
Destroyed. And for half a dozen teams, this changes everything.
There's another one of the Hendrick cars.
Bill
You did everything you're supposed to do there, Shane, and
Jeff Gordon, I think, was talking to his spotter, saying basically you did everything you were supposed to. There was just nowhere for me to go.
Let's see how it started.
Happens.
Oh, the 7.
Kenny Schrader and Paul Menard and Ryan Newman, all those guys had nowhere to go. Paul Menard had worked his way up to the 13th position.
And Schrader was, what, 11th?
Damage on Bobby Labonte in the 43 car there.
Now that spin and crash happened in turn 2, but it started all the way back in turn 4.
Which is not unusual for Bristol.
Top 31 cars a second from each other.
Oh, there we go. Here we go.
Here we go.
Big one was Bobby Labonte getting turned. Kyle Busch, Tony Stewart, the 1, Martin Truex in it, and Jamie McMurray knocked down to the inside wall.
yeah, but I can finish, I think. So let's come in.
We were lucky we didn't have more cars that were involved in that.
Man, Stewart for the 2nd time today, and Kurt Busch in the 2. Truex.
A big one. Much worse.
Turn 2. 48.
Keep rolling.
We still are not cautioned. Caution is out.
They got cars out. We got to stop.
That's ours.
That's it. You can't. The race is over.
Because we took the white flag.
We're in the white flag lap. The race is over. What a wreck.
Kevin Harvick in the 29 car.
Well, I don't really believe in betting a whole lot, but I would have bet you we'd end like this.
That's Regan's.
They all stacked up right there. Sorry, Larry. 1 car, Kurt Busch slow off the corner.
We got
spin, crash, turn 3. Trouble.
and they just keep stacking in there. What turned into one car problem over in turn 2 ended up with all these cars tore up in turn 3.
And I tell you, the luckiest guy I ever saw, he's just rolling out of there now, is the 31 car. He got into that, but he didn't get very much damage, so he came through our point leader. He's got more than I thought he had. In the 48, he got whacked up pretty good.
The field bottlenecked coming out of turn number 2 and piled up 800 feet later into turn 3.
I've been expecting this just by the way these guys have been racing each other. 3 wide a lot.
Right now, Elliott in the
crash. Turn 2.
Oh, and nowhere for Tony Stewart to go. And you see that nowhere for Denny Hamlin. They just keep wrecking over here. This is normal product of Dover Raceway.
The concrete canyon. You just get locked up there.
More crumpled than it was at the start of the day.
Let's see if we can get a look and see what happened here, guys. Goes Elliott there in the 19 car. He comes down the hill. Oh, right in the front of David Gilliland.
Get another look at it, but I didn't see that David Gilliland did anything wrong. He was right on the bottom of the racetrack.
Oh my gosh!
Hamlin came flying in there.
Absolutely.
Bill Elliott in the 21.
You know, when you come under that, when you come out of turn 2 back there, Mike, under that bridge, down low, it's pretty hard for the spotters to see that point on the racetrack. See the 19 go up the hill. Here comes Tony.
Hey, guys. Here we go. Turn to 48.
That's Jimmy Johnson. Rudeman got
this
one.
is bad right here because they're going back up the racetrack.
Yaley is down there. Look out.
Nice job.
Nice job by JJ right there. Nice job by that whole group, right? Wow. Because the 48 just got turned straight back up, and this is what. This was in the worst place because you see the cars go up the racetrack and then back down the racetrack, and the wrecks that we've seen happen so far today, it cleaned itself. They went to the inside.
Okay, this is from the chopper.
These guys are just
that's 4 wide.
Here's the 48.
And it's really started at the 8 car.
Oh, the 22 come out. He got bump drafted.
The 8 car and the 88 slowed down. I can't see who's behind the 88. It looked like Blaney just turned left to try to avoid what was happening in front of him, and he caught the 48.
It's Regan Smith in the 01.
You see the Army car up there, and they start wiggling back there, and Blaney just turns left.
Oh, there it is.
Now they're wrecking.
Goodness. That's incredible.
Now the caution flag is out.
I think we got it. That's ours.
There were 5 wrecks before the wreck.
My good, I could not believe those guys waited. I thought they wrecked coming out of 4.
I thought they wrecked on the restart. Again, the field is frozen when the caution comes out, and NASCAR will use the scoring loops and videotape to look at the final finishing order.
I think the 99, is it Kyle or is it 99? Who's your...
I was saying that. I mean, it looked like the 99. What it was, but who knows when they when they threw it?
These guys really don't care. They're going to ride right there in that position all the way back around here. That's going to be a tough call right there. I don't know. They're going to have to.
Pretty quiet over the radio. Nothing to report. Wampum crash on the track.
All heavy contact cars crashing. There's Hornish. 1 car in flames. Heavy contact. The 43 involved. Blaney involved. David Gilliland is heavy. The whole front of that car
nothing you can do.
Sheared away. There's David Gilliland. The good news is the window net is down, and he is pulling the visor up. Look at the front of that car, completely destroyed. Michael Waltrip involved.
Boy, Dave Blaney's cars.
Oh, we got a big crash down here. Another chain reaction crash. Casey Kane involved. The 11 car involved. Denny Hamlin. Casey Mears involved.
Casey Kane, man, this is going to be a big blow for him in points.
Heavy contact. There's the 7 of Robbie Gordon.
They're going to throw a red flag right here. The track is blocked. It's just that's extra fuel.
It's on now. Napa Auto Parts. Napa, get the good stuff. And Subway Restaurants. Subway, eat fresh.
Back here to see if Edwards got through.
And the big one has happened at Talladega. Carnage all over the front straightaway here at the exit of pit road. Cars that have just been ripped apart. Martin Truex.
Blue on the 83, guys. Right front tire on the 83. Saw the rest of it.
The front of his car, number 1, is gone. There's the 83 car of Brian Vickers. They were 3 wide, back for about 30 spots. No room for anywhere to go.
We heard him say there that the right front tire might have blown on the 83.
Call right there. Woo. Oh, got trouble up front.
Biffle right in front of Junior. Kinsler is in it.
Oh, and turns Quapple into the outside wall.
And
Kevin, a lot of chasers involved in this one.
Oh,
17.
Now when you get off there, if you can drive it.
This is definitely the big one we were looking for, guys. I was hoping we had not seen, or we had seen it and we wouldn't see this, but
these guys hung back all day, and that's what they get in then.
We don't have any brakes.
We told her, look at Dale Earnhardt Jr.'s car all torn up in the front. We mentioned Talladega could be the turning point in the chase.
This is definitely a turning point for these guys right here.
Yeah.
All these chasers involved.
Carl Edwards all day long tried to stay out of trouble. You see Juan Pablo Montoya head of the garage area, 17 involved.
Probably thinking, man, these are going to be the longest. Whoa, there goes the 5-car round.
Yellow.
Oh,
whoa, and it gets hit. Ridges there, the 97 of Ambrose.
Look at this 28 car. It's at the 38 car, all jacked up in the back. Somebody's underneath him.
So much we can't even see who that is.
Got a little fire out the exhaust.
That's the 84 of Scott Speed that he's up on the hood of.
He put it in gear trying to drive off, but no traction.
Awesome job, dude.
And Jimmy Johnson wins for the 7th time this year. World contact.
Hard lick for these cars. That's a bad way to end the race. A lot of cars getting torn up here.
6, 7, 8 cars involved.
Stewart's involved.
Robbie Gordon there, Bill Elliott involved, Kenny Schrader involved.
All clear.
Junior went to the front.
Oh, we got trouble. David Reagan in the 6, Joey Logano in the 20.
And Robbie Gordon. Scott Speed, the 82, and Greg Biffle are in it.
Caution out. Well, that didn't take long.
Logano had just come from finishing 2nd in the ARCA 200 this afternoon. That's why he missed the drivers' meeting. They had a red flag in the ARCA race, and he was waiting for the race to finish out in his car on track. So he missed the meeting, had to start last, and he gets caught up in the first incident.
Here comes the 29. Just like
Johnson into the wall with Mears and Hamlin.
That's it. Thompson is out. So Harvick has won this race.
I'll tell you, that is just like he did 2 years ago here.
The field is frozen at the moment of caution.
And Kevin Harvick, who has never finished better than 3rd.
Prior to that caution, boy, Brian Vickers, Dale Earnhardt Jr., that ain't going to work, boys.
Vickers hard.
Here we go.
Kyle Busch, the dominant car of the day, in the wall.
That was wrong.
And 10 cars sliding, slamming into the infield.
Jimmy Johnson, totally uncalled for. Totally.
I don't care who you are. That was just wrong.
Caution is out. McMurray was a contender. He's all torn up. And the dominant car of the day, that of Kyle Busch, is a victim of this pileup. Let's look first from the DirecTV blimp.
This is the result of a driver that's a little frustrated.
All right, there's Brian Vickers. There's Dale Earnhardt Jr. in the 88 right up there at the front on the inside. Coming off 2 down the back straightaway. Junior gets a good run.
Vickers puts a little block on him. And then you be the judge.
Let's reiterate the rule. You are not allowed to advance your position below the yellow line.
Oh, touch. Boy, Jeff Gordon.
And around.
He's
car to the wall.
I think that was Jeff Gordon.
Here we go. 8, 9, 10 cars. Mark Martin's involved.
Man, you hate to see this early in the race.
I believe Jeff Gordon was the first car sent
It came up on me.
up and into the wall. Somebody
hit Jeff, and that guy started it. Look at that. Looks like a junkyard.
All right, boys. Let's go to the garage, see if we can get it fixed.
It's because it is. Oh,
Boyer.
Clint Boyer all torn up. Scott Riggs is in it. Jamie McMurray, Kevin Harvick, Mark Martin, Jeff Gordon, and more.
Let's see where Jeff Gordon is here, because you see the smoke first when he makes contact with someone.
And it's the car who is inside. Now here's Gordon. Here's Matt Kenseth. Watch the two of them and see if there's a puff of smoke.
Looks like Jeff has got cars on the inside of him, on the outside of him. Oh, and Kenseth just looks like he was leaving a little.
Down the back straightaway.
Here we go.
Oh, trouble hard in the wall, Robbie Gordon. And around goes Jimmy Johnson.
Denny Hamlin's involved. Martin Truex Jr., David Strimmy. This is version 2 of the big one.
Well, desperate men were starting to do some desperate things out there as the laps wound down.
Like I said, Mike, this is when you lay it all on the line. If you got it, use it.
Both ends for Martin Truex. Robbie Gordon, oh, thank goodness he's moving around in that car, because look how the front stove in as he hit the inside wall really hard. Let's see how this happened.
Back in this pack back here that was jockeying for position.
Junior did not. Look at
Junior.
Junior.
No, trouble.
Oh, that's going to turn Truex.
Clip
And
31.
Truex is going to get right into Burton, and we've got more
we
problems.
got all kinds of people. Kevin Harvick,
Brian Vickers, David
Reagan.
Reagan, Casey Mears is involved in that. Oh, what a mess for the 8th caution of the day.
Lots of RCR cars sitting in that shot.
And there's one of them right there.
I think
Kevin
all 3
Harvick.
RCR cars got in it.
Yeah.
Harvick, Burton,
We didn't
and
see
Casey
Boyer.
Mears. Oh yeah, and Boyer was not in it.
And I'm going to tell you, Truex was a factor. This was a guy that had a shot at running in the top 5 and possibly putting himself in position to win the race. These guys were good today.
I'm curious to see. I'm curious to see if it all checked up and just was a.
Watch the 88.
Okay, the 88 got sideways.
And he's
so good in practice. He quit early.
Oh,
but there's a crash on the race.
On the backstretch. Big problems going down towards turn number 3. A lot of cars involved. Rudiman is in that. Gilliland is in there. Boyer. You see the 43 of Sorensen, the 83 of Vickers. There's Rudiman. Dale Jr. caught up in it as well. Smoke just pouring out of the 88.
And this is, you know, we talk about this racetrack all the time. The big accidents at Daytona happen almost always in the middle of the backstretch. Guys jockeying for position, inside, outside, and you just don't clear somebody, or you clip somebody and you force somebody into a wall, and then it's a chain reaction because you got no place to go and you can't see.
Reed Sorensen in the 40.
Touch him, man. Just wanted to touch him.
Can't get him to the high side. Here he comes.
There
There
he
he
turns
goes.
him. He turns him.
Bush in the
Oh,
wall.
my
Here
God.
comes Stewart to the checkered
Tony
flag.
Stewart.
And another car gets in the backside. It's Casey Kane. And they're scattering everywhere as they come to the line.
Some of these guys hit hard, man.
And one of them was Kyle Busch.
They're still hitting hard. Man, that's an ugly finish. But incredible. Incredible.
But that was 100% mirror driving, and that's what you have. That's what Kyle Busch had to do.
That's what Kyle Busch had to mirror drive. Tony Stewart had to put the car
push him
there
around, right.
and stick the car where. We saw this same thing in Talladega when the 09 car with Keselowski. He stuck his car in there, he drove it, he put it where it needed to be, and that's the way it was.
Look at the damage to his race car as Kyle Busch crawls out and walks back down the racetrack.
But, you know, I know people are going to start, well, this guy did this and that guy blamed this guy. Let me tell you, Kyle Busch did what he needed to do. Tony Stewart needed to do. This is how you go after winning a race at Daytona. You leave everything on the table. This is Daytona.
The fireworks are going off in the sky, but the fireworks on the racetrack even.
Oh, trouble here. Got a big crash here. A lot of cars. Gano.
34 cars involved, half a dozen cars. John Andretti's involved, the 7-car Robbie Gordon down there. Paul Menard, the 98 involved.
Doesn't look like any chase cars are involved.
Michael Waltrip, the 55 down against the wall.
That's the risk of getting caught back in the back.
We're moving, we're coming around. We got a little bit of left rear damage.
And I'd have to say that this kind of thing is what those guys that did not pit that last time, that what they're counting on are getting more and more.
Sideways down across the racetrack.
I know Marcus Ambrose is involved in that. Elliott Sadler, Reed Sorensen.
Allmendinger is there, the 31 of Jeff Burton, who was having such a good run. Dale Earnhardt Jr.
Man, a lot of cars torn up here. These guys were 4 wide just going across the start-finish line. You had to think something was going to happen.
All these cars that were running 10th, 11th, 12th. There's the 9 car. Casey Kane again involved.
Now this one's going to be a lot harder to fix. I was going to say he won't be involved anymore.
There's Dale Earnhardt Jr. had those fresh tires and was back in 11th position.
They're going to red flag. Coming to the white flag.
Yeah.
Oh, here goes Kurt Busch around.
Oh.
Crash behind you. Crash.
Oh,
Mark's
down.
Mark Martin is over on his roof.
Back on his wheel.
Into the wall. Casey Mears, Rudiman is there. Reagan is there. Robbie Gordon, Jeff Gordon.
See Montoya driving through the grass.
And the white flag and the yellow flag are waving.
Mark still driving this car.
Martin coming from his roof, and there's the damaged 2 car sitting on the apron. Jeff Gordon trying to limp back.
Yeah.
Mark Martin trying to get that car to move, and it will not move.
Now it's got some ruptured lines, it looks like.
And Jamie McMurray would be the winner here at Talladega.